In this video, we are going to study about the fourth cranial nerve, the trochlear nerve. The fourth cranial nerve is the most slender cranial nerve and it supplies the superior oblique muscle. When you see the functional component, it conveys the somatomotor fibers and also a few proprioceptive fibers. Now we'll see the nuclear origin. The nucleus, so this is the trochlear nerve nucleus. So this trochlear nerve nucleus is situated in the periaqueductal gray matter of midbrain along the floor of the aqueduct at the level of the inferior colliculus. The nucleus represents the somatic efferent column and lies in the same line occupied by the ventromedial nucleus of the oculomotor nerve. So this is a picture of the cross section of the midbrain at the level of the inferior colliculus. So here you can see this is the aqueduct. So surrounding this you have the periaqueductal gray matter. So here you have the trochlear nerve nucleus. Now we'll see the central connections. So the trochlear nerve nucleus is connected with the motor cortex of the cerebral hemisphere by the corticonuclear tract. Motor cortex connecting with the nucleus, so corticonuclear tract. And the trochlear nerve nucleus is connected by the medial longitudinal fasciculus with the third, sixth and eighth cranial nerve for the coordination of the eye movements. Now we'll see the superficial origin of the trochlear nerve. So from the nucleus, so this is the trochlear nerve nucleus. From the nucleus, the nerve passes forward, downward and laterally and then winds backward around the central gray matter to decussate with the nerve of the opposite side. So here you can see the decussation of the trochlear nerve. The decussation takes place at the anterior medullary velum. The nerve emerges through a depression below the inferior colliculus on each side of the frenulum vellae. So here you can see this is the trochlear nerve. So it emerges below the inferior colliculus. So this is the inferior colliculus. It emerges below the inferior colliculus on either side of the superior medullary velum. Now the nerve passes laterally crossing the dorsal surface of the superior cerebellar peduncle. So this is the superior cerebellar peduncle crossing the dorsal surface of the superior cerebellar peduncle. Then it winds forward between the temporal lobe and the basis pedungulate. So this is the basis pedungulate. So it crosses between the temporal lobe and the basis pedungulate. In this picture you can see this is the trochlear nerve which winds around the basis pedungulate. So this is the basis pedungulate. So it winds around the basis pedungulate and it emerges between the temporal lobe and the basis pedungulate. So this is a schematic picture to show the trochlear nerve course. So this is the trochlear nerve nucleus. So from there the nerve crosses decussate and then it winds around the basis pedungulate. The nerve passes forward between the posterior cerebral artery and the superior cerebellar artery and then appear in the triangular area of dura mater in front of the crossing between the attached and the free margins of the tentorium cerebellae. Then it pierces the meningeal layer of the dura mater and then passes forward within the lateral wall of the cavernous sinus. In the cavernous sinus, it is related above with the oculomotor nerve and below with the ophthalmic and the maxillary nerves. In the anterior part of the cavernous sinus, the trochlear nerve crosses lateral to the oculomotor nerve Then it enters through the lateral compartment of the superior orbital fissure. So this is the superior orbital fissure. So it enters through the lateral compartment of the superior orbital fissure. At the superior orbital fissure, the nerve is related laterally with the frontal nerve and the lacrimal nerves. In the orbit, the trochlear nerve passes forward and medially above the levator palpebrae superioris muscle and supplies the superior oblique muscle from its orbital surface. Communications. In the cavernous sinus, it communicates with the sympathetic plexus around the internal carotid artery and also with the ophthalmic nerve. At the superior orbital fissure, it communicates with the lacrimal nerve. So what are the peculiarities of the trochlear nerve? It is the only cranial nerve which emerges through the dorsal aspect of the brainstem. The trochlear nerve is the only cranial nerve which undergoes complete decussation with the nerve of the opposite side before emerging from the brainstem. Next we'll see the clinical anatomy related to the trochlear nerve. If the trochlear nerve is injured, the superior oblique muscle is paralyzed so that the patient is unable to look downward and inward. So inward and downward movement of the eyeball is affected. So this is the affected eye. The patient does not complain any difficulty of the vision as long as he looks forward above the horizontal plane. On attempting to look below, he complains of double vision and may fall. In order to avoid that, the affected person moves with the head tilting forward to the sound side. So here you can see the tilt of the head towards the unaffected side or the sound side.